All right, good. All right. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on here with me. I'm Rich Haynes. I'm the agronomy manager for the Eastern U.S. for Sound Agriculture, and I'm joined here by Mr. Mattix. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. I'm Brian Mattix, and my one of my key roles in Total Acre is overseeing all of our Total Acre trials. And this year, we want to thank the Sound Agriculture organization. This is our second year of doing trials with Sound, utilizing the source product. Last year is kind of just feeling out things on how to effectively use the source product or where we could get the most yield bump while advancing ROI. And I feel this year, what we'll talk about here a little bit later, is we really have made some really nice progress and got some really nice results. So really want to just talk a little bit about this and just get this to you guys in regards to our upcoming grower clinic. And then also Sound Ag will be at the Commodity Classic, and I will be there too.
Awesome. Yeah, so we don't want to spend a ton of time here to keep this short, but we want to just give a quick overview on what we're going to talk about here later on at the big grower clinic. So I'm just going to give a quick overview on source. Brian's going to touch a little bit on some of the trials we've seen so far. And then we've got a pretty exciting announcement about who's going to be there in Houston. So just real quick refresher. So source is a foliar applied chemistry that activates everything that already lives in the soil to reinvigorate natural processes to provide nitrogen, phosphorus, and micronutrients to the plant. There's a couple really interesting things around our guarantees that, like I say, we could dig into later on in Houston. But the one things we really want to take away, it's really easy to mix. There's a number of different application windows, herbicide, fungicide, very low use rate. So it goes into the tank with just about anything. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible for folks to work with us here as we keep moving forward. So like I said, there's really a couple pathways we focus on: the nitrogen side, the phosphorus side, 25 pounds of each, as well as we've really been seeing some increases in micros across the board that we have a really exciting update on that we'll give in Houston. But for the cost of source, which is right around $15, we're averaging in between that $40+ ROI on average on the acre. Brian?
Yes, just want to give a quick update on the Total Acre trials, and we have completed the soybean trials and also the corn and V3 to V6 application of the source product, and very excellent results. I mean, the soybeans, if I get a 65 to 70% win rate, I'm very pleased. And on soybeans, we had an 80% win rate, and it was a 2.5 bushel average on those wins. And where we've seen some really good results, whereas was an extreme drought condition, seeing some very nice yield bumps there. So very, very exciting trial. Very first year we've done that trial on soybeans. The corn V3 to V6 application. Last year we had some really good visuals, increased stalk diameter, and then also increased root mass. And the results this year were better. And I collaborate with the Rich. We did better to drill in where this product works most effective. And per the data, Rich's guidance on help me place that got us a 90% plus win rate with a 3.8 bushel average bump over on those wins. And other commercial success, I mean, we actually have over 10 source dealers now within the Total Acre network. They are becoming dealers because they're using that product. They want to get product. They're going to sell products that truly work. And some of the things that we're seeing based upon their feedback is 8+ bushel soybean lifts. Seeing corn, it's having over 7+ bushel results. I've been seeing some even better than that. And then also we have some farmers within our group that are dairy farmers and are raise a lot of feedlot cattle, and therefore they use silage, and seeing 2 ton per acre plus increases there. So bottom line is you achieve those results, you're going to increase ROI, put more money in your pocket. And next thing is with the extensive business relationship we have with the Sound Ag team is and plus on my role, I want to try to find things where things work very well to get the best results for our Total Acre members. Is we've been trying to reach and find where different places where that go beyond our trial parameters where they would work. And out in Colorado, Paul Beyer, he actually said that source corn has provided them with a 2 to 6 bushel per acre yield bump for the past 3 years, and they also have reduced nitrogen with an 82% win rate and RI versus the grower standard. So that's a big deal, especially with lower crop prices. This would probably be a maybe a good program if you're going more in RI mode. And then also another thing which is outside of our parameters is trying to use sourcing very high soil pHs. And in this example, it's right around that eight soil pH level, 7.8 to 8.1, and they saw an 8.5 bushel acre yield increase, which is very impressive. And trying to find things that work in that highest soil pHs with extensive product trial testing that I do, that's a challenge. So that really says something there. And then just a final quote from Paul. In my experience so far, it seems that source DC and XC both shine in less than ideal pH conditions.
Thanks, Brian. And yeah, there's a couple more things like this that we're really going to dig into in Houston. So really encourage you to be there. Just one more thing I want to touch on real quick. We had a really exciting study come out of Ohio State Extension this year. They put us up against a number of other biological microbial products, which we can name, in person when we get down to Houston. But one of the big takeaway there is that Source was showing a 9 bushel lift, outside of the Source kind of purview. This was done on their own. So we're really excited to see results like this come back in. And then one other just quick exciting thing. So in Houston, our CTO and founder, Travis Bayer, is going to be joining us to really dig into the science of Source and really help explain kind of our direction and where we're going. So we're really excited to have him there. So make sure you're there for that. And in closing, February 26th, we'll see you there following at Commodity, where Brian and some other Total Acre members have been wonderful enough to join us for a fireside chat and some deep dives from our CTO. So thank you. And we really look forward to seeing you in Houston.